Now let's see this question. Two cars P and Q start at the same time from points A and B respectively, which are 120 kilometers apart. If two cars travel in opposite direction, they meet after 1 hour, and if they travel in the same direction, then they meet after 6 hours. What are the speeds of the cars? That is what the question is. So now you can assume it this way. Now there are 2 points A and B, right? And they are saying that they are separated by a distance of 120 kilometers, and two cars are starting from A and B respectively. Let's say there is a car P and car Q, and they are not giving us the speeds. Therefore you can assume that speed of P is x kilometers per hour and speed of Q is y kilometers per hour. Now they are saying that if they are going to travel in the opposite direction, definitely they will meet. Whatever the speeds of x and y are, we need not worry about it. Definitely they are going to meet up, right? So they are saying that it is going to take 1 hour for them to meet if they are traveling in opposite direction. And it is also given that if they are traveling in the same direction, so same direction means either you can assume that both are traveling to the right, or you can assume that both are traveling to the left, but anyway the distance between them is 120 kilometers, right? Now if you assume it this way, so since it is not given which way they are moving, you can assume anything, right? So if both are moving in the same direction like this, then what happens is they may or may not meet, but it is given that they are definitely going to meet after 6 hours, right? So how is it possible? This is possible only when the car which is behind is moving faster compared to the car which is ahead of it. Then only it can move. Both of them can meet. So in that case, it is clear that the value of x should be greater than the value of y, right? So what we can do is, now we are supposed to find out the values of x and y, right? It is not that we have to find out the exact values of speeds of P and Q, but just the two speeds. We have to find out x and y given this data. Now how can we solve it is, we can use the relative speeds method. That will be simplest way. So what is relative speed when they are moving in the opposite direction? If they are moving in the opposite direction, the relative speed is going to be x plus y kilometers per hour, right? So using this relative speed, they are able to cover a distance of 120 kilometers in 1 hour, right? So this is the speed, this is the distance, and this is the time, right? So what you can say is x plus y is equal to 120 by 1, 100 kilometers. So which is nothing but x plus y is going to be 120. That is what you are going to get. Are you getting this? See, now 120 kilometers is going to be covered by a speed of x plus y in a time of 1 hour. So what can you do? So you can equate the speed equal to distance by time, or you can find out that this the speed multiplied by time is equal to distance. So anyway you can solve it. You are going to get x plus y is equal to 120. Now what is the other equation? See, there are two variables, so we need one more equation to solve it. The other equation comes from this moving in the same direction. Now when they are moving in the same direction, the relative speed, in case if we assume that x is moving this side and p is moving this side and q is moving this side, then the relative speed is going to be x minus y. Then only they are going to meet up, right? Now in that case, x minus y is the relative speed, and they are supposed to cover a distance of 120 in 6 hours, right? Therefore it is going to be 120 by 6. Are you getting this? The speed is equal to distance by time. Now it is going to be 20. So x minus y equal to 120, x plus y equal to 120, and x minus y equal to 20. So if you try to solve it, then 2x equal to 140, that implies x equal to 70, right? Now if x equal to 70, y is going to be 50, right? Both are going to be kilometers per hour, right? So these two speeds are going to be, one is going to be 70 and other is going to be 50, right? In case if we assume that this is the scenario, then in this case x value is going to be 70 and y value is going to be 50. Since x is faster compared to y, it will be able to catch up, right? In case if you had taken the diagram this way, if both of them are moving in the same direction this way, then y would have been 70 and this would have been 50, but then both these speeds, one of them will be 70 and other will be 50 in order to satisfy these equations, right? So this is one way of solving it. If you don't want to use the relative speeds, you can use the other methods as well, right? So what you can do is you can find out that they are going to meet at some point, and you can assume that this point is at a distance of something from x and a distance of something from y, right? And also here, when they are moving in the same direction, you can assume that they are going to meet after some distance, and you can find out the distance covered by p and the distance covered by q. Using that method also you can solve it, right? But anyway, this is simpler, so you can follow this one. Okay, fine.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is, we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.